So we're in the woods, and we're leaving the woods. Her Kahlua, I kind of just let her lead. It's her walk, you know? What do you guys think about this? So I often see people walking their dogs, and they're like pulling them away from smells and just keeping them close by, or it's more about the walk than the experience and the journey, and like exploring and smelling and enjoying, I guess. And I can see why that's beneficial for like training and maintaining a sense of order if you get into a busier area around lots of people and you need to regain control. But if you can do that anyway, and like right now she's being so good. However, I feel like allowing them to sort of be a dog and explore and follow their senses, smell everything that they want to smell, chase the lizards as long as they don't catch them, because we're not here to kill anything. I love just watching them be themselves, so I don't know, maybe some people have some places to be, they are short on time, they're just pulling their dogs along. Totally, I get that. But what fence are you on? No. What side of the fence are you on? You're perched up on your fence. Good for you. But you know what I mean. What do you think? When you're walking your dog, or if you have a dog, if you don't, chime in what you think. Just let the dog lead and explore and, I don't know, enjoy themselves. Or just make it about the walk and about exercise. She's just taking me on this boardwalk. She's just following her nose, and she does keep checking in with me, which is good. I like to make sure that she knows where I am at all times. I don't just let her freely roam like for an extended period of time without checking in. I also do guide her sometimes and keep her from going into dangerous places. Obviously, that's why I'm here. But for the most part, it's her walk. I let her go where she wants. I let her do what she wants. Woo! And smell what she wants, unless it's dangerous, obviously. Nothing decomposing or, toxic. Like, she's curious about that. So this is kind of what I do, is I just stand and wait and let her figure things out. She looks to me sometimes for reassurance, like, am I going the right way? Is this okay? I don't know. I just let her go. Oh, she might want to turn around. So that's kind of how it works. So, yep, she wants to go back. And I will introduce her to places she wouldn't think to go. Like in this woods here. At first she didn't even know it was here. So I had to guide her, bring her in, let her explore. And now that she knows it's there, she knows it's an option. Sometimes she walks right past it, doesn't want to go in, and other times she does. So yeah, I just don't want to, I want the walk to be enjoyable, and I want it to be exercise, but also mentally stimulating, and to allow her doggy instincts to play a role, because they don't get enough of that. They're just pets the rest of the time, and they do what we want, and they have to wait for us to finish our work or watching TV or whatever. So I feel like these walks are just good for her to express themselves a little bit. In all honesty though, one thing I don't let her do is interact with other dogs. And I know that's a big one for socializing, and the dogs really need that sometimes. But, and I don't say never, sometimes they will, but it really depends on the situation, the owner, and the behavior of the dogs. But it gets awkward, because some people really want to interact, and it's good for dogs to interact, so I'm all for that. But especially with other people's dogs, because I'm watching other people's dogs, I don't want to increase the risk of something not going well. And in my experience, most of the time, the interactions are not fun. They're always stressful. Even if the dogs like each other or whatever, they just get so hyper, and they're on leashes, so it's just like they're running everywhere, they're getting crazy. They can't play like they want to play. So they're stressed, we're stressed, trying to untangle them, and like, you know what I mean. So I generally avoid, unless I can tell it's just a really calm, sweet dog. But yeah, I was just wondering, because I've noticed there's a lot of, people that want to interact, and they will actually follow me around. Yeah, so I was just curious what you thought, because I don't know, like they usually, like, some of the dogs that I watch do not care about other dogs. They're just wanting to walk or play on their own. And then there's other dogs that are super social, so I feel bad not socializing them when I can, but I don't know. What do you think? I think it's just for the best. And then it's funny because whenever the people want to come over and like socialize their dogs and stuff, they're never like, so how are you? Or like, what's your name? Or like not chatting with me, and I'm not chatting with them. I'm just like focused on the dogs and, what's your dog's name? Oh, now that we're back in the neighborhood, I wanted to mention, I also don't let her go deep into people's yards. She has to stay right on the edge. Respectfully. I don't know. This is a dumb thought. Bye.